Hi guys, it's Jason here with another football recap for you guys. It's the Humpy report, and today we are going to be talking about the Oregon Ducks really collapsing in Texas last night. The Oregon Ducks fall to Auburn 27-21. Um, and in a game that Oregon should have won, they could have won, but they lost this ball game. It was a 14-6 lead for Oregon. It was 21-6 before the uh, before everything got in hand, and Auburn scores the last 21 points. And on the bonus, as a kid watching Auburn win a national title, his first career start. It's in come from behind fashion. Bo Nix, 13 out of 31, 177, 2 touchdowns, and 2 INTs. Whitlow for Auburn, 24 carries, 1 to 10. He had a big game, especially in the second half. And once again, Oregon just can't. The clock management, the will to win, they just play not to lose, and it's really cost them under Mario Cristobal. You have this Stanford game at home. You had last night. It just so many things went wrong for Oregon in the second half. It's not like Oregon had a lot of turnovers. They hadn't won a turnover on the night. They just couldn't keep drives going. Oregon was 4 out of 14 on a third down. So you had that issue for the Oregon offense. Herbert only had 242 yards out of 28 out of 37. His 19 passes, he was 18 out of 19. No touchdowns during that stretch. And because the last throw he threw was the Hail Mary. That went out of the back of the end zone. Had no chance of getting it completed. And Oregon just takes the L. What does this mean? We'll talk about it later. Let's talk about Auburn. Auburn, first half, didn't go as planned. Bo Nix has a couple turnovers, couple red zone turnovers that really got Auburn into this hole. But they went back. They went to the locker room, and second half they played really well. When Auburn was able to get into that Gus Miles on hyper speed offense, Auburn moved the ball up and down the field. When Oregon stopped them and couldn't get going, Oregon had success. So, there's positives out of this ball game that, as an Oregon fan, yeah, you're upset that Oregon lost in the fashion that they lost. But if I tell you, hey, Michael Pittman's not going to play, Juwan Johnson's not going to play, Cameron Coleman's not going to play, and I say, you're only going to lose the game by 6 points. I think most Duck fans will take it. And if I also told you that, hey, you're going to be in a position to win this ball game and be in a position to win it by a couple of scores, you would have took that. And then I know I would have. I think when I saw the news that Juwan Johnson wasn't going to play, Cam McCormick wasn't going to play, it's like, okay, this is going to be one of those ball games. I might as well get my beer ready because it's going to be an ugly game. But that wasn't the case. The wide receivers for Oregon only dropped one or two passes. I might have missed it, a couple more. Herbert did miss some throws, but Herbert did made some NFL throws that NFL scouts will like. Yeah, I know Herbert's gonna be a first round pick. If the only reason that Herbert's not a first round pick is if he swings a foot. Okay, Herbert's 6'4", 240. All the NFL scouts are gonna be drooling over his arm. That's not gonna change no matter what happens. Hopefully Herbert stays healthy through this whole season, knock on wood. But that is it's how the NFL works, how the scouts work. So that's not gonna change, regardless how bad Herbert plays. Okay. So for Oregon, they kind of went away from the rushing attack there. Oregon was okay on the offensive line. Like I said, first half really good. The second half not so good. Was it because of the Texas heat? Was it because of the conditioning? I don't know. It has to be fixed by next week. We'll talk about next week later. But for Oregon, C.J. Verdell, 17 out of 76. Johnny Johnson of the third, I thought played very well. 7 catches, 98 yards. And like I said, Herbert was 28 out of 37, 242, 1 touchdown. He did have that one fumble that it wasn't clearly pulled out of the running back's stomach, and it cost them 3 points. But Oregon had a great hustle on that play. It wasn't a stupid score, and kept 4 points off the board. So that's what I like, and whatnot. Is this a coaching thing? A lot of people point to the coaches. And yes, it was a coaching thing. Marcus Aurora, I believe this is a proven year for Marcus Aurora. Can he be the Oregon offensive coordinator? I think Mario Cristobal survives the year regardless of what happens. Because I think Oregon will be in a bowl game. So, you got that going. But Mario Cristobal, Marcus Arroyo, if you line up 12 of the offensive coordinators in the Pac-12, Marcus Arroyo would probably be 10 or 11. Because when he gets a lead as an offensive coordinator, he runs the ball, he tries to protect the lead without setting up plays, setting up the run, or setting up this pass, or setting up that pass. Herbert really, if you look at his pass chart, there's really not a lot of balls that went past 20 yards. A lot of his passes was quick screen. He had the big reception to Johnny Johnson on a drag route that was open. But outside of that, it was a lot of quick plays, a lot of quick screens. And that's what you needed it to do to slow down a defensive pass rush. So let's get this over with. 27-21. What does this mean? I think for Oregon, you have still a lot to play for. Pac-12 titles still out there. Pac-12 North titles still out there. probably the playoffs is gone. Even if Oregon wins out, I don't think they will. I think they could still have one or two more losses, but it's not all bad. Look, Washington lost the same game last year in Atlanta against Auburn. They still won the Pac-12 title. Still went to the Rose Bowl. Um, the question that I have for Oregon is how quickly can you flush this game out? How quickly can you move on it? How quickly um, you are on it to Nevada? Because Nevada is a good team. Nevada, they had a comeback of their own against Purdue at home. And Nevada is a very scrappy team. They have a good running back, a good freshman at quarterback. Not as the talent level that Auburn has, but if you don't play well, Nevada could beat you at your home field. Hopefully they don't. We'll talk about that in the Nevada preview here in a couple of days. So I think if you're an Oregon fan, there's still a lot to play for. I know this loss really stinks. It probably stinks more than the 2010 national title game for me will always stink. Will always be number one in my book. But it's up there. It stinks. I know it's on the coaches, but at the end of the day, when you have Justin Herbert as a senior, Travis Dye as a senior, there has to be that senior leadership that does not let this happen at the end of the day. Okay, Mario Cristobal could have top 10 recruiting classes year in and year out, but if the players themselves let this happen, it's going to be a recruiting thing. Yeah, there's a couple things Cristobal would like to have back, and yeah, sure. That's always 2020 hindsight. But as a player, you've got to bow up. You got to cowboy up to say, hey, this is my team. I'm not going to let this happen. I'm going to play like this is my last play. Because you never know what play could decide the game. I think Oregon's still a very talented team. I think Auburn could probably push for the SEC West, but the SEC is a lot stronger than the Pac-12. Let's be honest. They have games against A&M. They have a game against Georgia, a game against Alabama. That's gonna really decide that future. Does this get Gus Malzahn off the hot seat? I do. For Auburn fans that want Gus Malzahn to leave, it's like, yeah, I get he loses games here and there, but the question is, who you gonna replace Gus with? You know, Gus is an Auburn man, and he's not leaving for any other school. He loves the school that he's at. So it's what are you gonna do? It's like a 50-50 coin. You, as an Oregon fan, you see what coaching changes does to a program. It really sets you back a couple of years. And let's be honest, Cristobal is only in year 2. And this is really his second coaching job. So it's going to take time. I still believe Oregon's in an unbelievable spot with Cristobal. It's growing pains where you want to be. The journey to the top has curves, rounds, and roads, and whatnot. It's just something that you have got to learn to be a program that wants to get to the top. Okay, and every coach deals with it. Saban dealt with this in Alabama. Dealt with this in Clemson. You have moments that you question everything. But I know it's only the first game of the season. I know it stings. It stings, but it's only the first game. There's a lot of positives out of this ball game that I like that we could build forward. I think the defense played really good at times, and it's going to be in a good spot with Andy Avalos. Um, so, but like I said on the Twitter, like I said on the Facebook, you build off the positives, and you learn from the negatives. That's what football's about. That's what life is about. And for all the Duck fans that say that hey, the season's over, that's BS. Because it's only one game. There's a lot you could do to change your season, and I'm excited what Oregon could do in Nevada. So next up for Auburn is Tulane at home, 4:30 on the ESPN. Next Saturday, Oregon has Nevada at 4:30 on the Pac-12 networks. So once again, my name's been Jason, and this has been the Humpy Report. We will have the Nevada preview for you about Wednesday or Thursday. My week is kind of busy, so at least by Thursday, that Nevada preview will be up on the YouTube channel. So once again, this has been the Humpy Report, and like always, go Ducks!